23 days until the Nintendo Switch 2 releases, and today I'm playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Now, while this isn't my favorite Nintendo Switch Pokemon game, this is one of the better ones. Now, this game gets a lot of criticism for both the difficulty and the catching mechanic, and while I do agree that the difficulty isn't exactly up to par with most of the rest of the Pokemon series, not that they're ever that difficult, but the catching mechanics do definitely frustrate me at times. So today, I'm going to be making a catch chain of 30 in hopes of getting a shiny Pokemon. Now, the shiny odds don't exactly work as a lot of people think, seeing as the increased odds really only occur on the next Pokemon spawned of that type. Like that one that showed up would have had whatever boosted odds, well, not really any, because it's a catch combo of nothing. I have to say, this is definitely one of the more fun games to shiny hunt in. Seeing as you get both the experience from Legends Arceus, where you can see the Pokemon out on the field, and it's a very obvious tell, without it being too obvious that it gives away any surprise, any difficulty, any chance of failing it. Like, you can still easily fail the shinies in this game, but it's not as bad as Scarlet and Violet, where if you're partially colorblind, like I am, you just can't see multiple of them. Now, one of my favorite parts of this game is the models of the Pokemon. It's definitely my favorite models of any Pokemon game. Maybe excluding Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, because I do love the textures that they gave to the models in that game. Right, the metallic texture and the fur texture, it adds a lot. But here, I just like the designs better. And also, all the Pokemon just feel a little bit more cute, which, nothing wrong with that. I guess this might be a funny story for you, but it was definitely a more frustrating story for me. Is this video was supposed to be like a whole playthrough, not a whole playthrough, but a whole, like, I guess playthrough up to beating the first gym, and it was, and I recorded all of that until the audio on the video got corrupted. Or not corrupted, but unusable, basically. So that was no fun. Just spent the past, like, 2 hours trying to deal with that, and now come to the conclusion, I'm just re-recording it. And now I'm here to break the movie magic. But this is not, or these have not been recorded the day of. This one isn't recorded the day of either. When I try and record them in advance, oh boy, this is the day before. And I don't even know if I'll be successful catching a shiny. And that is 11 in the chain, which I believe is when the boosted odds start showing up. Now, I don't remember the boosted odds, but I will put those on screen. Now, because this video isn't too content rich, when it was definitely supposed to be, I'm going to be uploading a second video today on a recent shiny I got in Scarlet and Violet, because that one, it's funny. It's a funny thing happened that I'm glad I got on video. One thing that's been very funny to me is every time Pokemon has one of their Pokemon Presents, you always see people expecting another Let's Go game, which I've been expecting it too, but it's funny because there's nothing that has actually pointed to this being a multiple series thing. Right, like there was with Legends Arceus, it was obvious that we were going to get at least 3 Legends games. But with Let's Go, nothing has pointed to a Let's Go Johto or anything like that. Though I would like one. That does sound like a lot of fun. Every time I think about this game, like how long ago it released, it's always crazy to me. Because it was released back November of 2018, which, you know, that was like 2 years ago, right? No, that was 6.5 years ago. Which, that's a crazy thing to think about. Ooh, that's the first Bulbasaur I'm seeing. You do see Bulbasaur a lot more, or just the special spawns a lot more, whenever you have a chain going. But that is not what I want to see, because it is not Caterpie. So, unfortunately, back to the audio problems I was having. I kind of had this issue across the past 5 years of audio issues, where either it's fan noise or static. It's one of the two is in every single recording, no matter what. Which means my computer fans, like the computer fans are too loud, but I can't turn them down because they're as low as I can get them, and it won't let me make them any quieter. And the static, I think, just means I need a new mic. The problem is, both solutions, right? Buying, like I would have to just buy quieter computer fans or buy a new mic that's better. Both of those cost money, something I do not have. So for the first time in this series, and probably the last time in this series, I will say, if you want to like and subscribe, please do. It would be so cool if I got to the point of making money with YouTube. That would be crazy. This is something I've been doing for like 10 years now across this channel and another one. So it would be really cool if I at least made enough money from YouTube to be able to put into equipment to make better YouTube videos. Like, I've been having troubles with my capture card as well. And of course my capture card is also only 1080p, so I was looking into a new capture card. Like one of the 4K ones that you just put in your computer. The PCIe ones. And those are like $400 Canadian. And it's like, what? I don't got that kind of money. And it's funny, I can't stream now either because I don't have internet. I don't have actual internet. I've been running off of data for the past almost a month now. And I can't get internet. That's not even because of money, but it's purely because in the area I'm living, they literally don't have internet. Now, in Canada, there's 2 major internet companies, right? There's Rogers and Bell, and neither of them have internet in the area. There's just no internet here. It's crazy. Because the data isn't good either. Definitely not enough to live stream off of. Which live streaming is both incredibly fun and, based on the history of my channel, the most successful thing I could do here. So that sucks. One thing I have to say more related to this game is the Switch 2 Joy-Cons. I believe they will work with this game. So would it not be a better experience using those? I'm a little excited to try that out. Right, because one of my big problem with Joy-Con is they're too small. So maybe I'll try that out. Maybe I'll make a video on it. I have a few Switch 2 videos planned. Like, I want to do a lot of comparisons. If you're still watching, I want you to leave a comment on your favorite game to shiny hunt in. Because I feel like every game you can shiny hunt in is like a different experience, right? This game, you're going around, you're catching these Pokemon, and a lot of the 2D games, it's just running around in the grass. But even then, those sometimes have things you can do in them. Like in Diamond and Pearl with the Poke Radar, in Black and White with the Double Grass, in Black and White 2 with the Shiny Charm, right? And then you've got like Friend Safari in Kalos, which yet makes the shinies less rare, which could be cool, right? But is that extra? Is shiny showing up more often like a better experience, maybe? Or maybe it's worse because you just care less about each one. Though I can personally say, because I've been doing some Friend Safari hunting recently, I got like 1,200 encounters without a single Pokemon when the odds are supposed to be 1 in like 580 or something like that. So it definitely doesn't feel too easy, right? Meanwhile, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, if you're using sandwiches, especially if you're using sandwiches and isolate encounter hunting, then, well, you can find them every like 2 minutes, and it's like they don't even feel special anymore at that point. Or they can feel more special when it's a Pokemon you can't even see the difference of, like Poliwag, right? I literally have looked at the models of Shiny Poliwag and regular Poliwag in Pokemon Sword and Shield, or not Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. I've been talking about Scarlet and Violet. I might have been saying Sword and Shield this whole time. But in Scarlet and Violet, the Poliwag models, both of them, look the exact same to me. Well, I say model. I assume it's a different texture, not a new model. Right, it would be dumb for game optimization to make it its own model. Right? That would take up a lot of extra space for every single Pokemon to have its own model. Or like to have multiple models purely because of shinies. And that is Catch Combo 31, where I believe the odds max out. Like, those are the best odds for catching shinies. But I will continue to catch the Pokemon because, as I said before, the odds only apply to the next Pokemon of that species spawn. Another thing I want you to comment on is if you would watch a video of like, I guess, the journey to get a 3-segment shiny Dunsparce. Because as you know, it's a 1% chance for it to be 3-segment. So that could possibly be 100 shinies. Right, and I really want one. So I'm willing to do it. So tell me in the comments if I should. So I just realized that on the save file I'm playing on, I don't have the shiny charm. So that's a bit of an issue. Oh, that Kakuna popped up, and I thought it was a shiny Caterpie, because, you know, both are yellow. Too bad. Okay, so after a bit of screwing around in Viridian Forest, I've come to Mount Moon to hunt whatever appears first. Right, because there's a ton of Pokemon that show up here. So whatever I get first, I get. Oh, oh, there it is. There's the shiny Geodude. Nice. That looks really good in this game. Can I get in the first ball? Yeah. So I guess that is all for today. Let's get... Oh, there it is. Tomorrow should be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. See you then.